Hello friends, it's Kathy Clement with Kathy by Design. Welcome to Wonderful Wednesday. This is the second week in December 2024. So it's time for us to make our banner of the month. Our theme for December is Wonderful Winter, and I've got this gorgeous Simple Stories Fresh Snow collection. This just came to me. I had ordered it several weeks ago and it just now was released, and let me tell you, it was worth the wait. I've got the 12 by 12, and you can see I've already been hacking away at it. First of all, I love the color palette. It is perfect for winter. It's got the blues and the greens and the browns, but they're in a warm color palette as opposed to cold, which is really lovely. It's got a beautiful vintage feel. Just gorgeous, gorgeous patterns. I always love the plaids, this beautiful wood, pine clusters, beautiful winter flowers. Look at this plaid. An Oliver dot is always nice. And on the back are these gorgeous snowflakes. This beautiful ledger page, the misty trees, lots of tags, and you can use both sides. I always love their journal pages. They're wonderful. And then this all over ephemera 3x4s with this fantastic, I love this winter plaid on the back. And then the mixed sizes with the 4x4s and the 2x2s. I love the skates and the mittens, so sweet. Another pretty snowflake pattern, and then 4x6s. Some of these are just truly stunning. Another snowflake pattern, and then the stickers. So you can see this is a beautiful paper collection, and I'm happy I bought it. I also got the 6x8, which I love for card making. The sizes are really good, and the same patterns. There's a look at that whole sheet that I cut up already for our banner. I got the chipboard stickers because I love the ice skates and the deer. So that's beautiful. And then I also grabbed the bits and pieces, which has all these wonderful little layering elements. I don't usually get the floral bits, but I really liked these particular ones with all the pine cones and the clusters. And then I'm such a fan of these ephemera pieces that they've added. I'll show you why. These are gorgeous, gorgeous layering pieces, whether you're doing scrapbooking or card making, whatever it is you're doing, they're already layered. So it's just like instant. It's a really good time saver. And I love that the finish on these is a very matte finish. It doesn't compete with the vintage vibe of the collection. All kinds of little banner pieces, little circle pieces. Anyway, you get the idea. This is one stunning collection. So I'll show you, I've already started my banner. Let me clear my desk off and we will take a look at the beginnings of this banner. So here we are. This is a huge banner. I've combined the Eileen Hall House Pocket Stitchlets die with Graphic 45 square tags. And I really love the look. It's just really neat. I'll show you. I've alternated. I've gone tag, pennant, tag, pennant, tag, pennant, tag. So there's 7 pennants in all. I've stitched this. So first I just die cut my tag pieces and I trimmed them out this time because I didn't want the white showing. I just wanted just the tags. I stitched them onto this beautiful green and ivory May Arts ribbon ticking. And then this vintage lace, I believe, is from Reneabouquets. And the way I do this, if you're new to my banners, because there's always new people, so I'll just tell you very quickly, I find the middle of my ribbon and I use these little clamps from my stash. I only have one right here, but anyway, the others are all over at my sewing machine. And I clamp and space out my pennants. And then I put my lace underneath and clamp it in place. Then I stitch along the top on my sewing machine, and I also stitch along the bottom. And this prevents those pennants from flapping up in a weird, awkward way once you've hung your pennant. So this is the start. This is going to be our focal pennant. I love this gorgeous, graceful deer. And we'll just start putting some layering elements together and build this banner together. All right, friends, I want to get started decorating these pennants. As you can see, I've taken some gorgeous Reneabouquets snowflakes and heat embossed them with Stampendous Shabby Blue embossing powder. And then I threaded some buttons to put in the center of each one. On our center pennant, which is this one with the beautiful deer, I've put some shaker elements out. This is another Reneabouquets beautiful board piece. I'll flip this around in just a second. This is one of my favorites. If you haven't checked out Reneabouquets seasonal beautiful board, the detail in these snowflakes is amazing. So I've added one layer of 1/8 inch foam tape around my frame, and then I put little cross pieces in here because I'm going to put this down diagonally, and I'm hoping that I caught everything where it needed to be caught so I don't have any leaks. If I have a problem like right here, what I'll do is I'll put some paper and tape over that, but I think we're okay. Whoops, we're leaking out the top, it looks like. Let's see. You have to press everything down really well. If you have any opening at all in a shaker element, you're going to have leaks, but I'll work on refining that when we're off the camera. What I usually do is take little strips of paper and just close off the edges. This is Reneabouquets. She has these gorgeous sentiment pieces. So I'm going to glue this down. I'm just going to put some hot glue. And this is our focal piece, this big, beautiful shaker. All right. I'm going to put this right here. So you can kind of see the deer in the background, and then the snowflakes and the sequins, and then the sentiment here. It looks so frosty in real life. It's really beautiful. So let me clean up this little mess. We'll come back and we'll do the next pennant. This is the pennant that's just to the right of our center pennant, and I want to do a mini shaker window here. I'm just going to put some of this Shabby Blue embossing powder directly into the center. I'm going to add just the tiniest bit of these snowflake, because this is a super tiny window, but I want to get a few of these little snowflakes in there. Okay, so that's probably all we can fit in this. And this is a scrapbook.com die that I purchased last year, and I've hit this with some paint and some spritz, and this is going to go, let me see, I think I want it to go kind of like this. I love this because you can use this for fall and you can use it for winter. And I put one layer of 1/8 inch foam tape on the back, and again I'm pressing this down really well. This is Reneabouquets printed beautiful board, and I want this to go right here. And I'll link to all of these on my blog, and then link to my blog in the description box below this video so you can find these products. And then this is from the ephemera pack. Isn't that sweet? Snow Kisses. So that's all we're going to do there. For this next one, I want to build some layers. So I've got this ephemera piece, and I'm going to glue this down so that it's slightly tucked underneath the lace, like this. And then these are from one of the ephemera packs. These are just little branches and stuff. And I'm going to stick these in here. I'm not going to add too much dimension with these, but I do think they're very beautiful. Let me see, I have to kind of scope out where I'm putting everything here. Yeah. And then this one is going to go underneath our skater's boot. That's from the chipboard pack. So like this, just creating some layers. And then I've got some foam tape on the back of my boot. I have a double layer on the inside edge. I have this beautiful Victorian snowflake that I'm going to glue down right here. And then my boot is going to go right here. And then I have the word winter from the ephemera pack. I think this is from Bits and Pieces, but don't quote me on that. So I'm just going to put this here and here. And I'll probably come in and add just a little bit of foam tape behind the top of that swirl. Sometimes it's hard to visualize until you actually get everything done, but I'm going to put a little foam tape right there. So that's all for that pennant. We'll go ahead and move over here to the left. And this is a beautiful snowflake clock that I've heat embossed, again with that shabby blue. These are so gorgeous, y'all. I just can't get over how beautiful they are. And if you were here, you would see there's like little tiny flecks of gold melted in. There's the blue glitter. There's the white enamel. It's really pretty dramatic and pretty beautiful. All right, so on this, I wanted to take this cute cocoa mug and just put it right here. And that's just going to sit kind of right down in here. This is to the right of our little leafy frame there. And I've got this piece of ephemera. I think this is from Bits and Pieces. I'm not sure. It's hard to keep track once you get everything laid out on your desk. But I'm going to layer this back behind this piece and then glue this whole thing down onto the pennant. So I'm going to slip it slightly under my lace, like this. And I've got this darling sledding party, beautiful, printed beautiful board, of course, from Reneabouquets. This is going to go right here where we've got the most width, and I've got the word snow happy together. I don't want to cover up their sweet little shoes. The details are so darling. So I'm just going to put that right there. Okay. That brings us down here to the end. And these are all large pennants. I didn't do any small ones this time. I'm going to glue this beautiful, this is one of my very favorite winter pieces from Reneabouquets, and I'm coming in a little bit from the corner because of course our bow and our flower cluster is going to go there, and I don't want to lose my image. And I'm going to tuck this guy underneath. Okay. These just crack me up. They're so precious. I just love them. I want my mittens to sit kind of like that. So I'm going to glue those down. And again, I'm not going to add a layer there. I'm just going to put the mittens down. There we go. Then I've got our precious little, I forget, this is maybe Diana's snowman. I'm not sure which one this is. I'm going to put some foam tape. I'll be right back. So I've got one layer of foam tape on the back of my main chipboard, which I'm going to put right here. Okay. And then I put 2 layers. Actually, what I'm going to do is take out this middle section so we can get over our snowman. So just snip that out and pull that off. Okay. And this is going to go right here. I'm just holding that in place until that glue catches. So that is that one. And then we'll come all the way down here to this other end. This is a long, 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 long banner. And I've got this other beautiful piece that, again, I'm not going to glue it down too close to my ribbon area because that's going to, this is going to go right here. And I've got another snowman here, so sweet. I've got this little layered piece. And even though we're not putting foam tape or anything behind this, it still adds a nice layering effect. Then we've got our precious little snow girl. We're going to put her down right there, just like that. That is so cute. Okay. Once that glue, it's a little, it shimmies a little bit right now, but once that glue hardens, we'll be fine. I'm going to put Frosty right there. And I've got a really pretty snowflake that we can tuck in back behind. There. That is really sweet. All right. So now let me gather myself and we'll come back and we'll put our ribbons on and flowers and then we're done. All right, friends, I'll just show you. I've done our first pennant and I've added some little pine boughs that I painted with white paint and then sprinkled with that same shabby blue powder. Tucked in some pine cones, this pretty moss seam binding ribbon with some twine. These little berries, I don't even know. I think I got these off an ugly floral arrangement on clearance and salvaged the parts I liked. So I hit these with paint and then sprinkled them also with the shabby blue. And these are Reneabouquets flowers. This is one of my handmaids. And these are actually, I think, some primas that I've tucked in. So that is done. I want to show you how to just build a little cluster down here with our coffee cup. So I'm going to take this die cut leaf, and this is just a die I had in my stash. I think I actually die cut this last year. And I'm just going to put another, this is the Tim Holtz skeleton leaves, which I love and use a lot. And I'm going to put this right here. Then one of my little handmade flowers. I'm going to tuck this little mulberry flower from Reneabouquets into the mix. And then this little blue Reneabouquets. These are dusty blue. They're so pretty for winter. This goes right in here. I'm going to try to get under this leaf. Oops, that was hot. Okay. And I've got a little tiny bit of string that I think we'll tuck in maybe right here. Oops. Stuck to me and not to the, I just take the point of my scissors and tuck that in under there. And I just like the little bit of texture that that adds. Okay. So down here I've got a little leaf. This is also from Reneabouquets. I'm going to tuck it underneath my skate. I've got these little white rosebuds that I'm going to tuck in as well. And this little tiny flower, and that's all I'm going to do there. Just like that. That's real sweet. Okay. I'm not going to do anything to this center one, I don't think, because it's so pretty just the way it is. I think I want to leave it exactly like it is. I don't think I want to add anything to it. And that brings us to our little shaker window. All right. And I'm going to take one of these little berries, kind of put it down right there. Just like that. And a pine cone. And just this one tiny little blue flower right here. And I think that's good. I don't think we have to do anything else there. Move on down. I've got this little leaf. I'm just going to tuck up into here. Oops. Of course, it worked perfectly when I was off camera. Isn't that how that goes? I just want this tucked up in. Well, there we go. I just folded it because I really don't want it hanging that far off the edge. Turn that leaf that way and put that leaf that way. There you go. That fixed an awkward situation. I'm going to take this little flower and put it right here. I've got a tiny little blue rosebud that I'm going to put right here. And a tiny little white rosebud that I'm going to put, oops, right there. Okay. That's super sweet. Just little touches at this point. I'm going to show you how to do this end piece. This is buttermilk delicate stitch satin from Really Reasonable Ribbon. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's got this really wonderful vintage sheen to it. It's not as bold as gold. It's just a beautiful cream color, which I love. All right. So I'm going to bring in my other side so that I can kind of make everything equal. And I've got one of my pine boughs. Putting a nice puddle down right there. Then a large dusty blue rose like that. Berry branch. Here's our bow. I'm actually going to put my hot glue right there, then set my knot, then come in with my scissors and push that into place. There. There. Okay. And then I tied a string bow. Right in there. I think I want one more pine cone right up in here. I know I only have two on the other side, but this one seems to be crying out for a pine cone right there. All right, guys, that finishes us off. I don't know that I'm gonna, what a mess I have here. I don't know that I'm going to add charms to the bottom because I think this looks pretty complete to me just the way it is. I hope you enjoyed this month's banner of the month. It's beautiful for winter. You can leave it up all winter long. It's vintage and soft and cozy feeling. I will put a link again to the supplies that I used on my blog and a link to my blog in the description box below this tutorial. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back next week with our birthday card of the month, and we're going to be using Graphic 45 Season to Celebrate. We're going to use the winter season papers. It's going to be really fun. We're going to make a card folio. All right, guys, go get your craft on. Bye.